Chris Shields, welcome to the Off the Ball League of Ireland podcast. Chris, how are you?
Great now after that's finished.
Yeah, Chris, thanks for having a chat with us. We're sitting here, as you can see, if you're watching, if not, if you're listening, we're at the corner flag here in Oriel Park after Dundalk's 3-2 win over Derry City. It puts them 12 points clear of Cork City with 4 games to go. Their goal difference, I think, is plus 25 as well. So the league title all but over, and looking at you guys at the final whistle doing all those mad celebrations, you feel that you've won back your title?
Yeah, it'd be hard to screw it up now on our behalf, and 12 points, like you said, 25 goals. I feel we more or less done it, you know. It take a monumental screw up, and it's hard not to celebrate when you know it's in your head that way, but till it's mathematically done, we'll hold off a small bit and keep the head down now. Tough game on Friday. Yeah,
your next league game here against St Pat's in 2 Fridays time as well. The game tonight, you were 3-0 up, 2 early goals, and then Patrick Hoban gets his 25th to equal the records of Richie Towell, Jason Byrne and Glenn Crowe. Brilliant goals before half time to make it 3-0, and that was really game over, but Derry scored 2 late goals and you were probably nervy in injury time.
Yeah, first half, brilliant performance, a lot of good moves with the attacking lads. Like you said, Pat getting his 25th goal, he's been phenomenal all year, and hopefully, I know he'll be wanting to break the record, and hopefully he can. Then, like you said, probably disappointed you can see two poor goals from their half, but you probably seen there's more attacking players out there. A small bit isolated in the midfield, trying to give boys rest and keep bodies right for Friday, and then it was just about getting over the line there in injury time, and luckily we did, and you know, we're happy out now.
Yeah, you can really see that everybody wants Patrick Hoban to get that 26th goal, and I'd say Steve maybe left him on longer than he would have planned. He had an offside goal as well before Georgie Kelly came on, but he's been unbelievably good this season, and his goal to make it 3-0 really summed that up.
Yeah, and thank God he got it, because he would have came in at half time like a bear moaning and crying out. I'm so delighted, and it was what a goal as well to equal the record. He's, you know, his hold of play has been such a fulcrum for us this year. He's so good at it. I think the pinnacle of it was Friday night in Cork. He was excellent, and then tonight, you know, it's not easy because I'm sure defenders have a little bullseye on him to, you know, they want to try and mark him, but you know, he's so strong in front the back for us and brings everybody else into the game, and then his goal scoring touch as well, so what more could you want from him?
Yeah, I thought Derry were really poor in the first half, didn't get near you guys, but to be 3 up and to play such good football to win the league as such, you must have been really happy because you were really, really excellent in the first half particularly.
Yeah, it was probably one of the best first half performances of our season, you know. It's great, you see the likes of having Patrick McElhenney back, having that option to drop him into the 8. It's a great finish by him. Dan, clearly, you know, a lot of people when we signed him would have said, like, is it a gamble, how's he going to do, and he's been phenomenal this year. And then the third, Pat got the third, yeah. So it was really 3-0 at half time to try and win the league, you know. What more can you ask for? And just maybe took the eye out the ball a small bit in the second half.
Yeah, the crowd over 3,000. I arrived just at kick-off, and I was sitting with one of the other journalists. I just said, you know, when you come from the days when you joined the club in 2012, when the crowds at that time would have been a lot lower, over 3,000 tonight on a Tuesday night, albeit you could win the league, but the atmosphere, the people saying at the end, it's a fantastic place to play football. I know this ground gets stick and the away end is really poor, but the atmosphere and the noise it creates, it's an electric place.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of an old-timey football ground, but it is great. You see it on nights like this, you know, it does drive you on. There's be great noise in the shed, and then the main stands be, you know, it's where the family sit, and make a fair bit of noise as well. It is great. I know, like you said, the away end gets a bit of stick, but I think in over time things will start to change around here with the new lads from Peak 6 in. I know they have ideas, but it just goes to show nicely. This Tuesday night, 3,000 in here, and then you look at Friday, I think there was, well, all our allocated tickets, 500 people travel the length and breadth of the country to go and watch us play football, and it's up to us putting a show for them. Yeah,
that win in Turner's Cross brought the gap to 9 points and really ended any hopes that Cork had. It's been an interesting couple of weeks with the swing, the way that they've lost a couple of games in a row, and you guys picked up, having lost here to Shamrock Rovers in the last minute from that penalty, picked up points, and it's really swung in your favour in recent weeks, hasn't it? Particularly the last 2 games, the win over Cork and here just confirms, but before that you really probably had it done.
Yeah, no, it's funny, you know, when we lost that game against Rovers, you're thinking you don't want to get sucked into some sort of title race, right? That goes down right to the wire, and we have tough away fixtures to the likes of Waterford and Bows and Sligo are coming here. They have a better away record than they do home. So when we lost the Pats, you're thinking could be in a bit of a fight here. Then you look how it swung. At one stage it was 0-0 with us and Limerick, and then all of a sudden Cork are 1 up, and then we heard the cheer from the crowd after we scored that Cork went 2-1 down. And then we had the week off with Derry playing in the FAI Sports Cup, and then Cork on the telly against Bows, and we couldn't imagine that it would have went the way it did that night. You know, I'm not one for watching games like that because I don't like watching that. I can't affect, but when I checked live score, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Yeah, I was in the UCD Bowl and sitting with Robbie Benson and Georgie Kelly and a couple of other ex-players from UCD. I think Paul Corrie was there. We were watching UCD win the league that night, and we all couldn't believe, particularly I was saying to Robbie Benson, like, what's the Dundalk WhatsApp group like? And he didn't answer me, but I'm sure it was all like, my God, we can't believe our eyes, because that was the real one where you go, my God, they've really messed it up, and you guys had to capitalise in recent games, and that's what you've done.
Yeah, we did. We couldn't believe it. There was just eyes going in everywhere. We couldn't believe how well Bows played, and it's not as if Bows hadn't deserved to be 3-0 up there. They were excellent on the night, and they've been well documented. The turnaround, the Keats done, and the players have been brilliant. We couldn't believe it, but then we knew it was on to us. For Cork to slip up, we couldn't afford to go and slip up and drag ourselves further involved in it, and that's why I think we've been really professional since then and gone well about our business, and won games well. Yeah,
I think the celebrations tonight probably say it all. Like, barring 4 defeats, 4 Cork wins and a 25-goal swing, you'll be champions again. If and when that's confirmed, and you can hear some fans still screaming in the background as your players are heading home, to win your title back, having lost it last year and lost the cup to them, will be very sweet.
Yeah, I know it hurt us last year to lose the league the way we did. 18 points down at the break, and we couldn't just put a finger on what went wrong. So remember last year we put a good fight at the second half of the season, but it was too far gone, and coming from such a driven team and so used, not to be cocky, but used to winning trophies, and to give up the lead like that last year was poor. So we had to pull our socks up this year. Stephen's recruited well, we've gelled well as a team. I think that's shown. That's our 17th or 18th win or something. It's something ridiculous like that, and for a team to do that, I think we could be worthy champions really.
From your own point of view, Chris, you were named man of the match in the game on Friday. I tweeted before your name man of the match, just saying how important you are to the team and how fantastic I think you've been this season. And attacking players always get player of the season. Yes, I think you're really, really important to this team, considering especially the fact that Stevie O'Donnell is out, and you seem to cover so much ground. Your use of the ball is underestimated. You're a good passer, you score goals, you break things up. You've been really, really good. You must feel like you're in a good period of your own career personally.
Yeah, personally it's probably the best football I've been playing in my career, best I've felt physically, and probably I'm at that age where you would want to be. So I think things have gone well this year for me, but it's down to the hard work that we all put in, including myself off the pitch, looking at yourself, and coming in, training hard, not missing days of training. Like over the past, say, latter half of 2016, most of 2017 I was missing nearly a day a week, if not 2 some weeks, so it was down to that, and I feel physically good, and when you're playing with players like that, it's just great. Like,
how would you sum up your role in the team in terms of how the team plays and maybe the job spec that Stephen gives you? Because as I said, you do both ends of the game, but you're right in that middle of the pitch where it's an important role.
Yeah, it's an important position. Stephen's always said that to me. I've filled in. Well, to be fair, myself and Steve, you've always seen that we've won things together. One hasn't played for one, and one hasn't played the other. Stephen has he's fallen hard luck to injuries, and I've played more games with him, and that's just bad luck on his part. So it's a big, the way we play, it's probably a big position, and it gives lads like Robbie Benson, he's one goal away from double figures, where 10's a bit of freedom, gives them lads the licence to go and play. And you see our wing back, our full backs are quite important, and they know that I'm going to cover for them. So I suppose it's comes with a good bit of responsibility, but I enjoy it, and because we have a good understanding throughout the team. And
with the attacking players you have in front of you, it must be very exciting to know that if you give them the ball, they'll generally try and do something, and you'd be hopeful that continues here at Oriel Park on Friday against UCD FAI Cup semi-final. Your thoughts on playing the First Division champions? It effectively is champions against champions.
Yeah, it is. It's it's going to be a tough game. UCD have always been a good side. They just maybe a bit young, and that's why they may be in relegation trouble when they were, but they've always been renowned for good football, and they've, by all means, I haven't seen much of the First Division, but you read that they've had a good season this year, and they're coming up here at a free pop at us. What have they got to lose? They've played well, they've played their way into an FAI semi-final. It's not on any sort of luck. They've been very good, and I've seen the highlights, and they were very good against Waterford, so they're capable of beating Premier teams, and we'll have to be at our best to beat them on Friday. Yeah,
I know your focus have been on the match against Derry, the match against Cork before this UCD match, but one of the main things that Stephen Kenny seems to be good at is getting the players focused straight away and hungry for the next one, and that is the next one. And with the league title almost in the bag, you want to try and do a double, win your cup back as well, which Cork have done the last couple of years. But Stephen will have to get you focused straight away from Tuesday night now straight to getting ready back on the recovery sessions and ready for Friday, because it's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it was hard because we had such a high on Friday. People expect us to be out celebrating, but it's not. It's back in the gym Saturday morning because we had such a quick turnaround for Tuesday, which was a hugely important game for us. Tonight's gone so well, you would expect to be out celebrating. We're not. We're in the gym again in the morning, cool down, and Friday's such a big game. It's a huge week for the club really to try and win the title back, and in the fashion that we've done it has been good. And now we've been, like you said, we've lost the last 2 cup finals, albeit by the skin of our teeth, but there's lads in that squad that haven't been to a cup final, and it's really important for us to get there, because it's a great occasion for everyone involved in the club, like suppliers, you know, you have family coming from everywhere. We've boys all near the four corners of Ireland coming to be buses coming from Bowler with John Mountney, Baltmulla with Rowan, you know, boys in Derry and Donegal from Georgie Kelly. Like, so it's a great day, and like you can't get enough cup finals, you know. You always want to get there, and we'll be wanting to win the cup back.
Now it's getting windy and cold here in Oriel, so last two questions for Chris, because he's just played a match, so he was sweating and he's been in a hot shower, and now he's shivering, and I've got a cold on and I'm shivering. So last two, Chris, before you go home, and thanks again for your time. The ambition to win the cup and win a double, but win it back, considering the Cork rivalry and whatever that might be, does that add extra, you know, importance in the next couple of weeks, particularly Friday, given what's happened the last couple of years?
Yeah, you know, we want to be known as the dominant team in Ireland, and last year Cork were, and they deservedly were. They beat us to the league, and then on penalties they've won the cup, but they went and won it. So we want to be to win one double in your career is brilliant, but you know, we're hungry for more. We've players there that, like I said, haven't won a cup, and you want to be throughout your career, you don't know how many things you're going to win, and you want to come out as decorated as you can.
Finally, you signed here in 2012. You know, Stephen Kenny, you were one of his first signs. I think John Mountney and who was the other one? You, John Mountney, and Peter Cherry, and also Brian Gartland. I think came
through 2014, yeah.
Okay, so all kind of around a similar time, and to see the place like this, I know the stadium needs to be put new owners, new Astro, league titles, FAI Cups, fantastic football. For you, you must have to at times maybe driving in the road going, God, how has that actually happened? And the reason is because lots of good people have been involved, but it's been an incredible turnaround, and to win a league and then hopefully another FAI Cup for you guys will be a great way to cap off your 6th season here.
Yeah, 7th.
7th, sorry, my maths is terrible. 7th season, Chris knows.
Yeah, no, it's to come from where we've come is phenomenal. It's down to Stephen's recruitment, Vinny, you know, Vinny's been with him along the way. We've like yourself, you know, Sam Rice and Danny Miller, they're very hard working physios, you know. And then Owen's come in with us this year. It's see things like that. You see a good backroom together, and it feeds into the players, you know, professionalism, live your life right, nearly die for the cause, nearly, you know, because we want to go out there and repay the new American investors with league wins, and for the players as well, you know. Like I said, they hurt last year, so we wanted to win the league was always number one, you know, because we had a bit of a disappointing European campaign by our own standards, but we had to quickly come back down to earth and remind ourselves that the league's the main one, and to try and win a cup is just a bonus.
Chris Shields, thanks a million. Speaking of partying, I'm going for a pint with my mate Sam Rice, the physio, who's at the tunnel looking at us because we're late, and Chris is not. Chris is going home to bed. Recovery tomorrow, FAI Cup semi-final on Friday, isn't that right?
Can't beat it.
Chris, thanks a million, well done.
No worries, Jamie.